welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicola and I am the maker behind Mrs S Craft Corner. I live in Nottingham, which is in the middle of the UK, with my husband and our two boys, Oliver, who is 10, and Joseph, who is 8, and our dog Finn. So welcome back. Yeah, I'm giving this 2-week thing a go. To be honest, I did want to film earlier on this week to get it ready for Friday, but obviously that didn't work because it's Sunday today. But we've been going backwards and forwards to the house trying to get some of the decorating done to hopefully move back home soon, which would be nice. I have a feeling today might be a bit of a longer one, just because it has been the 2 weeks and I've cast a fair few things on, so there's a lot more to talk about than usual. I'm not wearing anything today because it's a bit warm and muggy, so there's no knitwear, so we'll jump straight into finished objects. So the first one is again to the same. This is the half and half triangles washcloth by Pearl Soho. Yeah, so I said I'd do one for Rob, so this is his one. And to do this, I'm just using up scraps of cotton that I've had from when I was making amigurumi toys, and I believe it's DK weight. It's either 4-ply or DK, I can't remember because I've since lost all of the ball bands. But yeah, I'm playing around with different ways to stripe it. So for this, you cast on the bottom edge. It is a free pattern on their blog, so I'm not giving anything away, but they say cast on 72 and I do 52 because I find that that's more than enough. And then you do the short rows backwards and forwards. You can see here because of the colour difference, it makes it quite easy to see where that is, up till you get to the last wrap and turn, knit up and down here a few times, then start again at the bottom this side. And the colour is just carrying up the side so that I'm not having to sew any ends in. And then when one colour runs out, I'll just swap that for a different one. And yeah, so it's different. The stripes look different on either side, depending, because I couldn't figure out a way to carry it up the middle bit at the wrap and turns. I couldn't figure that out to make it so that those stripes look the same on this side as they are there, but back to front. But never mind. It'll do. Little I-cord toggle. And then I did another one. I had done this for Joseph because he wanted green, and his one, when I'd done it originally, was smaller than everyone else's, just because I didn't have enough of a cast on tail. And I couldn't be bothered to rip it out and start again, so I just left it as it was. But he's not fussed about it, so we've just got another spare one. He's happy with the one that he's got. But yeah, so that is those. Yeah, I've done a few of those, so there's not much else really to say about them. I think they're on 3.5mm needles. I'm not sure now because I've not got the needles to hand anymore. And then, so it was one of our friend's daughter's first birthday on May the 4th, and Rob dropped it on me that he was like, oh, maybe you could knit her something for her birthday. And so panicked looking for something that I could make that was quick and easy, and having to order the yarn and stuff. But Rob picked the pattern. It's actually for, I want to say like a Scotty dog, I can't remember, but they've got a Labradoodle, I think, or a Cockapoo. I don't know, it's like a teddy type dog. It's called Dave, and so we picked a dog pattern and I made her a little Dave. And just look, little nose. Here's Dave, it's a boy, look, little eyes. So yes, you knit this with like the faux fur yarn, so it's supposed to be super chunky, and it's a bit of a bogger. There's a few bits where I've got odds and ends that I've thrown away where I've tried to cast stuff on and knit it and it's gone wrong. And then I knit the face, and because you know the type of dog, because it's got lots of fur in the face, I was trying to snip the fur around so you can actually see the eyes, and then I cut the wool, the yarn, so I had to redo the head. But so it does say that you need 6mm double pointed needles, which I didn't have any of, so I did order some. But the only bit the pattern really says to do in the round is the snout. So they want you to make the snout separate, then knit the head flat and sew it together, and the same with the rest of it apart from the 2 front paws which were in the round. The rest of it was knit flat, and because of the nature of the faux fur, I just found it really difficult to try and sew it together and see the bits that I was trying to sew together. So I fudged the pattern a little bit, and instead of knitting them flat, I just knit them in the round. So like the tail is just like an I-cord tail, nothing in, and the same, similar for the feet and the paws, which are stuffed, and the body's stuffed. But yeah, see this. It was her birthday last week, but we've not seen her, which is why I've got this to show you, which I'm quite glad, because you can't really tell just how cute it is in the pictures. I have tried to take some photos, but it's just like, it just looks like a fluffy mess. But yeah, so it's cute little Dave. But yeah, so that's all ready to be gifted, hopefully soon, a lot sooner than we got her blanket to her when she was born. She only got that a couple of months ago. Yeah, so that is Dave. And then actually I have another finished object, but I don't have those with me. I decided to cast on some little tiny newborn socks. I can't remember the pattern name, but I will obviously link all of the patterns that I talk about down below. And it's like perfect fit newborn socks or something. They're a ribbed sock, but yeah, so I cast some of them on for the brother-in-law's baby that's due. They're tiny. Hopefully I've got a photo and it will go in of them together, but you can't tell just how like honestly tiny little socks, and because they're ribbed obviously it shrinks all back in, so I was getting a bit nervous stretching it out, making sure that no, they will fit over a foot. And they've been gifted already. I made those with some scraps from the Phil Colana Arvetta ones. It's in the like medium grey, I think the name is, and then the off-white or the oatmeal-y one. I've got them here in this bag. So they're the colours that I used. So I've done them mainly in the grey with like just one stripe of the, I want to say marzipan, I think it's marzipan stripe, so it looks a bit like a sports sock. So that has already been gifted. Yeah, I knit them on magic loop, 2.25mm needles. I'd bought some of the Addy lace 32-inch cord ones to try out for that one. Yeah, really nice needles. Yeah, I don't know, the little tiny needles for little tiny socks. But then, so on the theme of surprise gift knits that I wasn't expecting, so I'd cast those socks on, gave them to my brother-in-law, and he had mentioned that his girlfriend keeps showing him photos of when I made the lads amigurumi grogu's for them, and I have got a photo of them I believe somewhere on Instagram, so I'll hopefully have a picture of those, which I thought was just sod's law. Now that I've used up all of the cotton from when I was making amigurumi into washcloths, I've then used all of the green and brown for grogu, so I had to order some more, and I've got that started now. So I picked, because all of the cotton that I was using before I think was the Rikurumi one, which is 20 grams, but I've tried the Cheviers, Katona, so it's 25 grams, 62.5 meters, and yeah, so it's supposed to just be a 4-ply cotton. So the green colour, I'm sure it had a name on my warehouse, but it's number 30, which is this one. Which is this one, really nice pea green. I matched it to, from my phone, I had my phone next to the pattern, which I believe is a paid for pattern, and I need to try and find that because I've had it printed off, so I just went and got it out of my pattern folder. And yeah, and so that came, when did the cotton come for this? Like a couple of days ago. So I've not got very far. I've made a start on his little head, and I'll be decreasing again soon, putting the eyes in. And then these are the two colours that I picked. Number 53 for like the creamy colour for the collar, and number 18 for his robes. So yeah, that's coming along nicely, and that is all done on a 2.5mm crochet hook, which I know I have got one somewhere, but I just added it in because I think, I can't remember, there's one of the smaller hook sizes I've got that like wobbles around as you crochet in, which isn't the best when you're doing amigurumi because it's got to be so tight. But yeah, so that was a new project started. I'll see some little safety eyes so that baby will be okay with those. And I forgot to tick the no, I don't need an organza bag for when I ordered this. So that's got a tiny little organza bag that keeps it all together nicely. Yeah, so that's 100% cotton, 2.5mm crochet hook. I think the pattern's called Baby Yoda, but I know that that's a bit of a to-do within those who actually watch Mandalorian and Star Wars, because it's Grogu, it's not Baby Yoda, it's a different character. So that is that one. And then I made, so another crochet pattern project, I suppose it's a pattern as well. I made a bit of a dent into the doilies that my mum asked me to make, which is Lucky Spiral. I don't know, I can't remember the name. So this is how far I've gotten. So it's getting bigger and bigger. That's where your increases are come in. This is the back. So it's because you're doing front post double crochets, it's causing it to be like this at the back. So can you see it's more like 3D at the back where it's lifting up. So it'll be like cushioned, I'm imagining, when it's on there rather than just being flat. And it was, the difficulty I was having the first time I tried to start this was I was just very tired, and so none of it was making sense. But when I tried to do it the second time, I was like, oh yeah, I understand all of this now, and was able to crack on for one afternoon. I think I did all of that in, and that is being made with an anchor crochet cotton that changes colour as you go, blah blah blah. So it's 3-ply cotton thread, crochet thread. And that's the colour number that my mum picked. Again, she ordered this, so I'm not entirely sure what the name of this is. I think she got it from a warehouse. They normally, if it just comes with a number, they make up their own names, don't they? So that is that one. It's very cute, and that is being knit. It's not being knit, it's being crocheted on a 2mm crochet hook. I think it's a clover one, is it? Yeah. So there's that one. Again, another. They're really handy, those organza bags, really. So on to my next work in progress. Realised I just jumped straight into works in progress, didn't I? I didn't. Never mind. So we have, after having not worked on it the last time I saw you, I have finished the body. So I've left it in for you so you can see the rainbow stitch marker was where I was the last time I showed it to you. But I finished that and bound that off, which is the tubular bind off. So it makes it so it looks like the stitches just flip over, and I've picked up the stitches for this arm. Now I was planning to enter this into Andrea Mowry's, because that's who the pattern's by. It's Andrea Mowry's Stone Crop pullover. She runs a March to May knit along for shawls and sweaters. I mean, what day, what time? So it's the 14th. So in theory I've got like 2 weeks to finish the arms. But like I say, I've been going backwards and forwards to the house with Rob, like filling holes, sanding stuff down. So I've not had much chance. But yeah, so no, that won't. I was going to try it on to show you what it looks like on. But so this, so it is a bit cropped. Oh, it comes to just where my jeans are, my belly button, like. So I know that with a bit of blocking, it will go a bit longer. But yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I will say though, usually the patterns tell you to pick up enough stitches, but however many Andrea said to pick up, I had to pick up about 5 extra stitches under the arms, because otherwise there'd have been massive holes. So I had to pick them up and then on the first knit round afterwards, like rapidly decrease them back under the arm to the stitch count they're supposed to be at. But yeah, this one I'm very excited. But I don't know if I want to make them long sleeve like they are in the pattern, or like a shorter, just past your elbow length sleeve. Don't know, I'll see. I'll try it on as I go up, as I'm knitting, to see how I feel as I'm doing it. It depends how quickly I want to get it done, probably. Yeah, so they are. So then for the sleeves I am using, I think the 3.75. It's not got it on the thing. They normally have it on the, oh they do, yes, 3.75 high steel 12-inch circulars for the arms, just because I don't, with it being colour work, I don't like doing it on magic loop, because I'm worried that I'll pull it too tight across the jog line of the magic loop. But they are, this is knit with the Filcolana Arvetta in the very dark blue. The colour's 195. Showing up. And then the contrast colour is the Sea Glass by Somerset Yarns. So they're both 4-ply. This one is made up of 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and this is 75% BFL and 75 BFL, 25 nylon. But yeah, I love the effect of it. The colour work. But yeah, slowly plodding away on that one. Just in time for it to hopefully be really warm and me not need to wear it just yet. Which will be sod's law, won't it? And that is squishing it back into the bag. The one that I got from Little Drops of Wonderful, the Strictly Sock Along. That was a donated prize, that one. And okay, and then the next one is another one you've seen quite a few times. There's not a lot really to say on it. Chilling out in the winter bag in the middle of May, because why not? is my Cumulus top. And I've got really far. So where? Little leaf stitch marker. I've got all the way down to here, which is a good 7-8 inches. I think I'm really close because it tells you to knit so long from this edge to the bottom, and I think I'm like a ½ an inch away from can't see, ½ an inch away from the bottom, and then I think I'll be doing the folded hem. I'm not sure, I've not read on to the pattern. I'm not a bit naughty sometimes. I get that impatient for wanting to do stuff. I just cast on and crack on, and then I'll come to bits and I'm like, oh, it would have been useful to know that at the beginning, but never mind. Never mind. But hopefully, because that is so close to the end, this will be done for next podcast. Especially if I'm leaving it 2 weeks. Can't see. It'll be one of the projects that I'll take into hospital because Oliver is in on Tuesday. So that can be one of the things I take in. And hopefully get that finished. And information about it, I'm knitting it on 3mm needles, the higher steel interchangeable set, with a cord that's too small, so I can't actually try it on. And then I'm on my final ball of the Sadness Gone. See, I heard somebody say it as the tin liner, not the tin line, which would make more sense. But yeah, so it's a tin liner, I think. And again, it's got a colour number on here, not the colour name, so I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's like a nice raspberry colour. I think it comes out a bit brighter on the screen actually than in real life, but yeah, it's really nice. I'll be looking forward to when that's done and I can start wearing it. Probably wear it under shirts and stuff first, you know, like the checkered ones. But yeah, and that is made up of, oh my goodness, I'm having such a good day, aren't I? 53% cotton, 33% viscose and 14% linen. So it'll be a nice summer top. Nice light and airy. Yeah, so imagine once the folded hem is done, it'll just be the I-cord around the V's and then there's straps. So I won't need to use the cast-on tails to hold it up. And that is that one. So now the next 3 I have are all brand new cast-ons. So this one, I've got it in a bag far too big for it, but from the Woolly Tangle crane bag. I mentioned about the whatchamacallit, the Iron Man set from the Lonely Knitter, the mini club set that she's doing, where she's alternated it between Disney 1 month and a Marvel character the next month. I'd obviously got the Beauty and the Beast one, and Iron Man is Rob's favourite, and I just realised, and it's the April one, which is his birthday, so even more fitting. So I bought those and I have already cast it on, so they're not in the little mini skeins anymore. But these are the colours. This one I think is I'm Patriot. Obviously the standard gold and red Iron Man. And I think just red Iron Man. And then I think this one is the original Iron Man suit. You know, when he's in the cave and he builds it to escape the terrorists. And this, we think is his arc reactor that he has in his chest. So Rob picked how the socks are going to be. So we did the original Iron Man as the cuff. And because he's got quite a big arch bit of his foot when you try and get it over your heel. So I always have to cast on 72 stitches for him. 2x2 rib for 20, And I'm doing 10 rounds per colour of the 3 that have got the red, the Iron suit colours. So there's 60 stitches for the leg, and then I've just gone on to the heel for the arc reactor, because they want it in this heel so it looks like the arc reactor in the Iron Man suit on his heel. And then carry on with the reds down to the toe, and then have the toe the grey colour. Yeah, so they are being knit on 2.25mm higher sharps, and that's the 32-inch cable just on magic loop. I'm doing that one. Made a right mess. I've not done these in a while, but yeah, that was done in a couple of evenings and then put down again as I get distracted by other projects and things that need doing, like surprise gift knits. Like, oh, it'd be really good if you made this. But yeah, so it's really nice and soft. I think it's like a very high twist on this yarn. But yeah, so that's that one coming on. Obviously that's the first sock. I'm not on to the second sock yet. But that is those. And then I cast on, well I say and then, this one I cast on first out of the 3 new cast-ons that I've got here. But this is made using the pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie? Have I got the label? Probably not. Oh, the camera's on. Yeah. No. Put that bit in there. Haha, yes, I do have it. The little label. Yeah, pumpkin and ginger pie sock set. So for this one, did the 64 cast on, and I've done the little pop of colour, so I only knit, I think it's 2 or 3 rounds. Well, knit 2 pearl to twisted rib, 2 or 3 rounds, and then changed to the main colour. Did 20 altogether, so for the colour change, so that when you see it on the pearl bumps it's not obvious. Done knit 1 round in the new colour, and then went back into the knit 2 twisted, pearl 2 rib. And this is the Follow Your Path sock pattern by Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. She's been doing this on her podcast, like a few of these socks, and I just fell in love. And the pattern is so pretty and effective. It's really easy and mindless once you've got your head around what you're doing, and it's only a 4-row repeat. Yeah, it's really easy just to crack on with, and it's a really reasonable price as well, which is nice. But another one, so not only is it a nice faux cable along the leg, it's got the heel is the Eye of Partridge heel, which I think is really cute. I really like this, although she sets it up differently than what I'm used to. So I will finish the round, and then you do a row of pearls back again for half of your stitches, so 32, and then start the slip stitch heel flap. What is that? But she has it so you knit half the round to the 30 stitches and then go straight into the knit 1 slip on for the Eye of Partridge. And I'm just not sure how I feel about it. But then it also means, so ordinarily most patterns will have you pick up 16 stitches along the heel flap for the 64 stitches, because you do 16 slip stitch rows, so then there's 16 stitches along the edge, but I'll pick up an extra one in between the heel flap and they're going back into it, so it's 17 each side. But because you miss that first row of purling back, there seems to be 1 less row to pick up, so I did only pick up 16 stitches on either side of the heel flap. And then along the foot, because obviously I think that would be too uncomfortable walking on the rib pattern, it's just a stockinette for the bottom of the foot. It's really cute. And then on the top, I don't think I'm not too far from starting the toe. But yeah, I really love this yarn. It really, although just reading it saying it's pumpkin and ginger, it's not surprising, but it reminds me of like the gingerbread type yarn that you get around Christmas time that I've always wanted and been envious of. So having these just makes me happy. And so they are being knit on the 9-inch circular, 2.25 high sharp. And then when I get to the toe, I will use magic loop or 2 16-inch circulars, which is the same as magic loop really. But yeah, they are the colours caked up. So the main colour and the contrast colour. They're really nice. Looking forward to those being done. And that is from the Camels yarn. Which, yeah, which actually it said on the label that I showed you. So then, the last one I have for you today is the sock set that I got from Giddy Yarns, the colour of the month, the November colourway, which is here. The contrast. And these ones, I want to say they're the mountain sock pattern. Not entirely sure. But yeah, so similar to the other ones I've done, I did the pop of colour at the top, but it's just a normal 2x2 rib, it's not twisted. But yeah, so the pop of colour at the top, the knit one round in the main colour, and then finish off so it's a total of 20 rounds, 2x2 rib. The pattern, which is really easy. It's a lovely texture, and because it's like slightly like a ribbed pattern, so you're going from knit 1 purl 1 to knit 3 purl 1 and alternating it around. I think it's a free pattern, I'm not sure, but yeah, a nice one. And then I've tried the I've partridge heel on this one from the Crazy Sock Lady pattern, and done it as where I purled the row first before starting, and I got on with that a lot better. It makes me feel a bit better that there's a definite line where your heel goes. And I'm just on, so I've done the heel turn, changed back to the main colour and starting the gusset decreases. And I was knitting this on the way down to Wembley yesterday. But yeah, so this is living in a project bag, which leads me on to acquisitions, because on Monday, on the bank holiday Monday, me and a friend went to the Buxton Wool Gathering, which is my first ever yarn show I went to, and I was going to try and film a vlog, but I got as far as filming the intro here, and then I got really self-conscious where I was there, so I didn't get my camera out, or I took my phone, I wasn't taking a camera anyway. But yeah, so I ended up not filming whilst I was there because I was a bit too shy. But yeah, so whilst I was there, I got myself a new project bag from the Woolly Tangle. There's this cute little sock bag, and it's got the sheepies on. Look how cute. How cute. Yeah, nice little handle. So you could, if you wanted to, as you're walking around, have it on your wrist, knitting as you go in. I've not tried that yet. But yeah. So that's living in there. Which is just the right size, look. All built in hands. For a sock project. It's perfect. So that is that one. So yeah, she'd asked me on the Saturday if I wanted to go on the Monday. I was so excited, but I got a little bit carried away. I don't know. See, just here. Yeah. So yeah, I got very excited and bought lots of gorgeous yarn. So I will show you in the order that I bought them. So the first one I picked up, and I was picking up on lots of different bases. It's from Mamie and Florrie. So this is the logo, and it's supposed to be, so she's had it designed to look like the peaks in the Peak District. How cool is that? And then, so each colourway is inspired by a place, and yeah, so this is from In the Sixth in Paris, and she uses what 3 words, so you can actually go onto the app on what 3 words and find the exact place of where she's taken the inspiration from, which I think is so cute. I love it. And this is just it's the soft sock yarn base, which is the 75% merino, 25% nylon. But yeah, I just loved those speckles on the purple, and I think because she had it on all different bases and I was picking it up on every single one of them, so I knew that it was a colour that I had to have. And actually the friend that I went with, she bought one to match, and she's making herself one of the Sophie shawl with it. But I think that's a bamboo based one she's had. It's beautiful. So we're going to have sort of matching, because I'm going to obviously make socks out of this, and she's going to have a scarf. But yeah, so whilst I was there, I was only going to get one from her, and it was this one because I loved it. But I had picked this up to look at, because look how pretty that one is. Nice blues. It's similar-ish style, but more with blues. But what happened was I read the name, and it's of Mamtor, which we've been up quite a few times. Even the lads have done it, so we've parked down in Castleton and do the proper walk up to the top of Mamtor, along Back Tor, and it's brilliant. Like, it's one of our favourite places, so seeing it say Mamtor was just like, well, I've got to have these, because how perfect is that? So yeah, so I bought those 2. And then as we carried on going around, we stopped at Attic Spin Dye. Just hiding the name. There we go. And I got the cute little stitch mark with it. Nice little summer hat. You see, you know, the big floppy hats that you get. It was really cute. And this one is called Neon Storm, and that's the superwash merino nylon, 75/25. How cute is how, like, I love a pastel neon. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, this was my first, someone spotted me from the podcast in real life, and I don't think I've ever gone to red in all my life. But it was really lovely to meet her. She's really nice, and all the yarns are beautiful. Like, honestly, I love these bright pastel colours. They're lovely. But yeah, so I got this one, and my friend got the Rocker Bunny colourway, which is black and pink, to make her daughter a hat with it. It was really nice. Yeah, really lovely and friendly. And then I think we went for some lunch, because I think we both thought that we were done, but there was a nice little cafe there, so we sat down, had a pasty, and then decided, was like, right, no, whilst we're here, we may as well go and have another look round, just to make sure that we hadn't missed anything that we wanted. And also, because she's got 2 daughters, and she'd bought a really special yarn for one, she wanted to get her other daughter a really special one, which she did. It was a beautiful one, a fluffy one, that's like greens and stuff, beautiful. But then I found, I've put these together, they don't actually belong together, so it was just this beautiful neon coral. It's called Deep Coral, and it's a superwash merino nylon base. But I love this colour, bright neon. And they will be socks, because as much as I love the colour, I don't think I'd be brave enough to wear something so close to my face in it. But it's beautiful. I didn't want the sock just in one colour, so I went through, held it up all the mini skeins and found this one. I don't know the name of this one though, but I thought they'd look really cute together. And that's from Snuggly Stars Yarn. Yeah, it was really nice. Just got that one. And then we went back to Mimi and Florrie, which is where she got, my friend got her fluffy yarn. And I just kept looking at this one, and I've got no idea what I'm going to make with it. So it's Combs Swim Party, and it's 72% kid mohair, 28% silk, so it's the lace weight. As you can tell, I like bright neon colours. And I just couldn't leave without it. I've got no idea what to make with it. I just knew that I loved it, and if I walked off without it, I would regret it. And then probably suddenly come up with a perfect idea for what to make with it. But yeah, so I've got that fluff. It's absolutely beautiful. And this lady was so lovely who owns this shop. I mean, everyone we spoke to was really lovely, but we kind of stalked her stall. And yeah, so that's it for acquisitions. I did a couple of rows on my crochet granny shawl, but it's literally a couple of rows, so it's not worth cracking that out to show. Yeah, I need to make a dent in some of these projects. I've got quite a lot now on the go. But yeah, yeah, so Oliver was supposed to be in having chemo Tuesday just gone on the 9th of, I think it was the 9th of May. But because he's a massive Notts County fan, they got to the playoff finals yesterday. But obviously last Sunday they won the semi-finals of the playoffs, and the hospital agreed to push his chemo back a week so that he could go to the playoffs rather than being in hospital ill. So that meant we were able to go down to Wembley yesterday, and it was incredible. Like, honestly, for like seeing him so happy there, it was brilliant. Like, it was such a good day. I mean, my heart was in my mouth a few times because it was against Chesterfield. They scored a few times, but we managed to win it in penalties, and oh, it was incredible. And Oliver said it was the best day of his life so far, so it was definitely worth it. And then because it was pushed back a week, it meant because he's in year 6 and it was the SATs last week, he was able to sit those with all of his friends at the same time, going in for, they did like this SATs breakfast morning for all the kids to get together and chill out a bit before the tests. So they'd have the tests and then it'd be relaxed for the rest of the day. And it was just, it's just been nice to see him being able to join in and enjoy stuff with all of his mates, and honestly it's been incredible these past few weeks. But tomorrow he starts his radiotherapy and then he's back in for chemo on Tuesday. So back into it, but it's the final push. So it'll be 6 weeks of radiotherapy and he's got 3 more cycles of chemo. And then hopefully that's it. There'll obviously be scans and stuff just to check that that is it. But yeah, the end is in sight and I think we're all ready for it. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm not sure I've got much else. Yeah. So thank you for joining me today if you made it this far. I'm sorry it's much longer than it normally is. But yeah, I'd left it 2 weeks and I'd cast on loads of things and managed to make a dent on a few of the other things and get stuff finished, along with a few surprise objects finished that I hadn't anticipated. But yeah, I hope you're all well and I hope you've all had a lovely weekend and have a nice week ahead. The sun seems to be peeking its head out today, so hopefully that means it's the start of summer. please. It's been raining, it's been hideous, but yeah, hopefully we're about due some sunshine. Yeah, so take care. It's been lovely to see you all again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.